Good morning. I am in a place called Benton Hot Springs. Discovered this place through a friend of mine, Trent. Thank you, Trent. 5-6 years ago. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's about 45 minutes outside of Bishop, California, Mammoth, California. Or outside of Mammoth. It's on the California-Nevada border. It used to be an old silver mining community, really small. And there's a natural hot spring. So you put a bed and breakfast here, just a wonderful little place. It's maybe about 9 rooms, all decorated in the 1800s style. A couple of small houses you can rent. You get your own semi-private hot tub in the high desert. So always, if I'm anywhere within 300 to 400 miles of this area, I come. Because of this piece regrounding again that I talked about. And I've said this over and over in my videos since I started them a few years back. It's up to us to find our peace, and that takes a lot of work sometimes. So no matter what storm is brewing around us, or what storm from life, from work, from family, from spouses, from children, from COVID, from politics, from world events, we're still in the eye of our storm. We're in the middle of our grounding because we have worked at it, and that takes a lot of work. But what lies beyond it's indescribable. There's a peace and bliss that comes no matter how much we're buffeted. So, yeah, I'm grateful that I can do what I do now and get out. And I'm a very busy person. I work and I do a lot of things, but I always carve that time out for myself and the time to be grounded. And as I've said, last year it's going to get crazy, and it's always going to get crazy, whether it's a new job, the new house, the move, the retirement, the whatever. But we still strive to keep our peace in the middle of all of that. COVID, this last year, however way you look at it, rocked everybody's world. It was an unprecedented event. It turned many people's lives upside down. I had the best year of my life, but that's me. I traveled more than I have. But whatever life just throws at you, you find your way to find your balance and keep that, because we are well. We have to keep full. This is the good time when I come to teaching people where it's okay to be selfish, not in an ego way, but selfish in drawing lines and being able to say, no, I don't want to do that, because we're protecting ourselves to keep our well full. Because if our well isn't full and we get sick or we get tired or we get angry and all this sort of things, everything around us and everybody around us suffers. So it's important. It really is important. And whether that be exercise, whether that be eating right, whether that be taking a little holiday, sitting in the backyard, meditation, yoga, there's so many things, hobbies. So, I've told many friends, and I've mentioned here too, is I've had a wild and crazy life myself. I've been to that stress case at one end. I was in my old career in Hollywood working 100-hour work weeks, hadn't slept in 20 years, drinking a lot, stressed out of my mind on about 4 or 5 different anti-anxiety drugs and cholesterol medicines and medicines to sleep and medicines to this. And, I am now sleep like a baby. I'm 58 years old, going on 59. And I'm in the best shape of my life. The fact is, we can all be there. But no matter what life throws at me, I'm there in my grounding. My father had a stroke last October. I referenced that. A large part of my being a gypsy is knowing in the back of my mind this last 5 years that eventually, as my folks are getting older, they're going to need help. So I'm spending more time with my parents. My father's still recovering. He's 86, but it's what it is. And again, I don't say this for me or anything. It's something I had planned on, and I'm grateful that I have the flexibility that I can be there to help as needed. But my point to this sort of story of video is life throws everything at me all the time. I could have looked at this as one way. I'm out gallivanting around the country, and I was going to go to Europe while COVID had a thing with that. And, I'm doing all sorts of things with my business, and all of a sudden my dad has a stroke, and I could look at it as being, what the heck? I'm so put out. I'm so this, and just being angry and grumbling. I embraced it. I came back, spent the majority of the time in Twin Falls, where I'm from, helping my dad, and I'll be spending the majority a lot more time there helping my folks as they get older. I am grateful that I could be in that position. But I don't let that put a hitch in my giddy up, so to speak. I am still happy inside here no matter what life throws at me. And it's going to keep throwing shit at me right and left, but I am solid. So that's my point with all this. Yes, and it's important to get away and have these breaks, whatever breaks they are, with even fishing and getting in your truck or your car, taking a drive, because it keeps you grounded and it keeps you focused and you don't get caught off in the whirlwind of everything going on around you and people wanting from you and wanting this and thoughts and ideas and decisions you have to make. It's important. Healthy body, healthy mind, healthy soul. They go together. And I know I say this every time, but it's going to be a crazy summer. It's going to be a long, hot summer for many, and I'm talking more on the world political event. You're seeing it already. Many people that we trusted are going to expose themselves to be people that we didn't trust. Many people that we are following and are going to show their true colors. We are going to be lost. Many people will be lost in not knowing what to do. And this again goes back to what I've referenced before. Follow your instinct. I follow many people. I follow leaders. Read all sorts of religious stuff, all ends of the spectrum. I go watch all the news, the Independent, MSNBC, the Fox, but I use that to get my data. And then I let my intuition and my critical thinking and my inner self is what I call it, guide me. And that is my compass, my true north compass. So if somebody says something that I'm following or some person that I really respect that I'm following comes unglued and says something that I completely unexpected or makes me feel bad, it might make me think for a little bit, but it doesn't undo my world. So my point is coming back to us again. Once we get our individual world straight and we find our balance and grounding and our peace, nothing can get in the way. And then our love and compassion starts coming out more and more and more, and service for others. That's a big part of it. Having gratitude and being in service to others. Those will get you a long way. So I'm going to finish my hot tub. I may be naked. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.